Sorry. Abantu kurarimo kurarimo
Sound check.
Tuomba kwamba tutakapoanza mkutano Baba, tuomba kwamba wewe wako uwe nazi, utulinde mpaka tutakapomaliza Mwenyezi Mungu. Yana ambayo tutakayozungumza hawa ya kujenga hiki kikundi chetu, ili tuweze kunawiri Mwenyezi Mungu. Saidia kila mmoja wetu, bila kuongeani ambaye hajafika, tuomba kwamba afike tuanze pamoja. Kwa sababu tunabariki, amen.
Amen. Asante. Karibu sana, and I want to welcome each and every one of us to this wonderful AGM. It is long. Mwaka mzima sio kitu rahisi. Mungu ametusaidia, wengine wetu tumekutana tukiwa wazima, sio majaliwa yetu, ni kwa ajili ya Mwenyezi Mungu. So nawakaribisha sana kwa ajili ya mkutano wa siku ya leo. Na before we go far, I wish that we do a brief introduction because of our friends who are following online. Wengine wamesema wako tulisema, and we are sorry that we have started late. Tungeanza kabisa saa 8. By now tungekuwa tumemaliza mambo ya IGM, tuanze maneno yetu ya kawaida ya kuburudika. So brothers and sisters who are following us, sorry sana kwa sababu ya kuchelewa, but we have just started. I could wish that tuanze introduction, tunasema tu jina, unafanya wapi na uko sehemu gani, briefly. Mambo mengine tutaongea baadaye tukimaliza AGM, kwa sababu wenzetu wanatumia bundles na wako online. Si tutakubaliana hivyo? Yes. Jina tu na mahali unatoka. Acha nianze kutoka hapa. Ndugu yangu ambaye umetuombea. Jina leo ni wewe.
Azerieda ngoro Brighton ndio magori mama kwa Saroma. Kwa nini nasema Candice TV? Kutoka Liembasi no ngendete gukora ase mirimo yo gukora. Sawa, nikianza kwa majina naitwa Brighton Makoli, nafanya na station inaitwa Ndizi TV, Sarogo Channel. Hapo ndio nafanya. Nashukuru Mungu kwa kutujalia kuwa katika mkutano. Niko na pipi na watoto wawili.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Yes, my name is Dennis Zadok, a continuity announcer, Sayare Radio and a television network.
Asante wangwana, naitwa Edward Onyancha, nafanya na KBC Radio Taifa, Minto FM, reporter county ya Nyamira. Asanteni sana.
Hamjambo. Naitwa Ruth Mbula, nafanya kazi na gazeti ya Nation na mimi ndio treasurer wenu. Asante.
Thank you. Amechunga hela zetu vizuri, makofi kwake.
Hamjambo wenzangu. Kwa majina naitwa Edwin Nyarangi, nafanya kazi na shirika la The Standard Group. Asanteni.
Nawakilisha diaspora, leo amekuja hapa walimtuma. Sasa.
Nami naitwa Henry Nyarora, nafanya na county government ya Nyamira. Formerly Nation Media Group.
Mimi naitwa Mekenye Bobara, nafanya na Kisi FM.
Habari zenu? Naitwa Janet Meroka, Egesa. Habari zenu? Kwa majina naitwa Stella Makori, Egesa FM.
Hamjambo. Naitwa Tabitha Mwanzi, Adventist Media Center, West Kenya Union, Kisumu.
Good afternoon. My name is Lydia Mokaya from Kenya Institute of Mass Communication.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Barongo, Egesa FM, Nyamira County.
Hi everyone. Okay, my name is, sorry for coming late. My name is Rosemary Onchari. Friends call me Wildflower. Yeah, I work with Capital FM. Yeah. Award-winning journalist.
Salami na wasalimu wa mjambo. Naitwa Henry Ogembo, anafanya na Kisii County Government. Asante.
Habari zenu? Mimi naitwa Elijah
Kiari aka MC Dudu. Sinafanya na Kisii FM.
Habari zenu. Mimi naitwa Wycliffe Nyaberi, naandikia gazeti la Taifa Leo.
Na nje naitwa Vincent Mwasi, Egesa.
Habari zenu. Naitwa Monica Zabibu, nafanya na Milele FM.
Na wasalimu nyote mjambo. Kwa majina naitwa Philemon Okongo, nafanya na Ndizi TV kama mtu wa graphics. Asante.
Habari zenu. Naitwa Janet Nyamwamu, journalist Kisii Region, na niko kwa mkutano leo.
Amjambo. Amjambo tena. Happy Sabbath. Naitwa Jared Maobe. Kwa saa hii niko pale Kisii County Assembly. Kwa saa hii. Asante.
Yes, God is good. Habari zenu our online audience. Mimi naitwa Uru Dennis. I'm a private consultant, mambo ya media. Thank you.
I'm Evans Nyakundi wa Media Max Nyamira.
Amjambo. Ndio Ngwenyi Ngichana. Nafanya na The Star Nyanza. Na mimi ndio patron and one of the founding members of this group. Nawashukuru sana kwa kuja. Sijui na hand over kwa chairman ama
before he comes in. Brighton Makori is just complaining that he did not get a photo. Picha huko piwa. Shika hiki kitu basi picha.
Najua nilikuwa kwanza sijui kama nilipiwa picha sasa. Fundu bana. Nilipiwa picha. Oh sawa.
Thank you. Wewe kwa sini hapa.
Oh sini ndio.
Good afternoon. I am Maraka Matara, KBC.
Mwanaspoti hodari kabisa. We are doing introduction please. Tusimama alafu tusalimie. Jambo. Asante. Fundi wa mitambo pale nyuma. I believe you are part of us.
Naitwa Roger Sigichana ama Kaka Sungura, Kisii Hot TV.
Asante sana. Sungura, unaweza tuambia wale ambao wametufuata online,
yes,
so that we can know
our
them?
Online audience, kindly we are doing introduction. I can see Job Ongaga, Ken Bosire, Geoffrey Ondigo, Josephine Karani. I can see Zachary Mayeka, Elizabeth Angira. Nataka tuanze na Josephine. Josephine, please unmute your microphone.
I don't know whether our PA system is working so that we can get their voices.
Unmute your microphone. Let me
Okay.
see if the PA system is working here.
I have unmuted. Can you hear me?
Josephine,
Get to someone else who is ready to unmute the microphone.
I have.
Okay, meanwhile, as we are waiting for the online people to be connected, tafadhali, our citizen guide, please. Okay. Dan, introduce yourself, please. Introduce yourself. So,
My name is Duncan Woody, Citizen TV.
thank you very much, Duncan. Karibu sana, tunaendelea. Another guy, Orina, introduce yourself, please. Wamekuwa ready watu wa online?
Mayeka, can you unmute your microphone, please?
I have, I don't know.
Our
Can
online
you hear
team,
me?
please unmute your microphone so that we might get you.
Okay, just a minute.
Hello,
Let's sort it
can
out.
you hear me?
Sawa, Umasire, introduce yourself, please. Karibu sana ndani ya nyumba. Thank you. So, na mimi naitwa Dennis Kirwa, nimekuwa Kisii FM, sasa hivi niko pale constituency office ya West Mugrango as a coordinator ya hiyo constituency. So ninawakaribisha tena. I want to invite the chairman so that he might take us through the next program.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As the technicians address the hitch before we give it to our online guys, I want us to take the program forward. My name is Joshua Raka. I am the chair of this group and one of the founding members. So I want to welcome you to this year's AGM Come Get Together. It's a year since we held something of this nature, and therefore we have to thank our God for allowing us to be here. I want to welcome those who have joined us from Nairobi, Kisumu, and other towns. That's a great sacrifice that we can't take for granted, and we value your support and cooperation. At the same time, we have to salute the ones who have spent their time to watch us online, and it's going to be an interactive session whereby we'll be able to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves and also make a contribution in this discourse. Now, with those remarks, I want to, with that introduction, I want us to move very fast. We are like 1 hour late, and we want to keep time. We want to compensate and recover the 1 hour that we have lost by moving straight to speeches. And these speeches will feature the officials and a few members. At this point, I want to welcome our treasurer to give us a report from her desk. So welcome our treasurer here.
Good afternoon, my colleagues. Good afternoon, my colleagues.
Good afternoon.
I thank God because He's blessed us enough with good health, with life, that we are able to meet here once more. It's not usual. It's a blessing from God. Many have lost their lives. Others are sick in hospitals, but we are okay because of God's blessings. I don't have much to present, but the money you've been given us has been well utilized. No single coin has been lost. The contributions you give, we forward to the people who are supposed to receive without misusing a coin. And in addition to that, the contributions made by the new members. You know, there's a registration given by new members, 3,000 from each new member. And we had 15 new members by 3,000. So I have 45,000 from the new members. The money is intact. I've been complaining to Joshua that I am keeping this money for long, and it's a lot of money. And I have to it's tempting to keep money, but I've always tried not to use it so that we don't have issues at the end of the year. It's there. So we are going to decide what we are going to do with this money, because I can't just continue keeping it. So we are going to decide what to do with it. And well, I want to thank you people very much. You've cooperated. We wouldn't have succeeded as leaders without your cooperation. If you don't give us your money, if you don't contribute your ideas, if you were not involved in any way, we can't also succeed. So I want to thank you very much. And I pray that this group will continue growing to greater heights so that we use the group to develop ourselves, not only to make contribution when somebody has been bereaved. I don't think this was the main agenda of this group. So we use it so that we can develop our lives.
Thank you so much. Asante sana. Unajua treasurer ndio mambo yote. So your money is intact, and by the I want to assure you that Ruth is a very accountable person. In every transaction that we do, we authorize her to less it by 500 so that it goes to transaction costs. So you can be sure that if we contributed 90,000, then the recipient will receive how much? 89,500. So that's an illustration. And those who are doubting can get their pens and be doing the math. Now, let me hear from the secretary. Okay. Okay. Those who have joined us, can introduce themselves as the secretary gets himself ready. So pass the mic.
You can raise up your hand for those who have just come. I can see you. Please introduce yourself and tell us where you're working.
Good evening. My name is.
It's evening, actually. It's almost evening.
My name is Masio Songo. I work with Kenny Kisi.
Thank you very much, Masio Songo, Kenny Kisi.
Good evening. I'm Dan Nyamanga from Nyamira, Kenya.
Asante Daniel Nyamanga, Nyamira, Kenya. Karibu sana. Thank you very much, my senior. Karibu.
Thank you. Is it good afternoon or good evening? Wale wako iwo yonde mbuyamule? Kevin Omboli Gatembe TV na radio.
Asante Gatembe. I switch ups.
Habari zenu. Lydia Kemuto, Gatembe TV, Gatembe FM.
Gatembe TV, Gatembe FM, karibu.
Habari zenu. Isaiah Maobe, Gatembe Television, Gatembe Radio.
Good evening. Wilson Omega, Oyominto TV.
Oyominto TV. Back to you, the chairman. We were inviting the secretary. Oh, the chairman is here. Chairman, you can.
Okay, good afternoon. This is the man who removes you from the list when you fail to contribute. But I thank you so much because you are good people. Yeah, so I want us to take just 1 minute to honor Zachary Gibo. We know we lost one member this year. 1 minute of silence, we stand. Thank you so much. So I'm sorry to inform you that we lost Gibbs Zachary. He was one of us, and it was so painful to lose a member and a colleague whom we've worked with. So I think currently our membership stands at 120, and most of us are compliant to what we do. So I urge you, whenever you post something online, please don't hit us so much, because we post because we need you to guide us as we correct those figures. It is tedious to do this work. So wherever we have an issue, kindly give us some time, give us some ample time so that we serve you. Again, I would like to ask those whom we had issues with, please consult with the treasurer before you come to me. Thank you so much.
Asante sana. Our secretary has done a good job. You know, we now have a common sheet where all the entries are captured, and it's very easy for us to track our records. And we congratulate him for that. Now, next is our patron. Patron is also my senior, so let him speak to us.
Good evening, colleagues. My name is Anguji Gichana. I'm one of the founding members of this group, and they gave me a position of a patron. I want to thank you. First of all, I want to thank you for turning up for this AGM. You know, you have sacrificed. You had issues you had to deal with on a Saturday afternoon. Even some of us, we had issues we were to deal with. But I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank the members in the diaspora who have tuned in. Nawashukuru sana. I want to thank the leadership led by the chairman Joshua. It's a selfless, yani ni kazi ya kujitolea. Wamejitolea Joshua, Gata, Mbula, wamejitolea sana. They sacrifice their time. We are not paying them. They sacrifice to serve us. Nawashukuru sana. Members, I want to thank you for cooperating. Hii welfare si eti inasaidia leadership. Nimeona some vita mahali. At one point, some of us were worked up. Myself, the chairman. Like the latest incident, let me talk about it. It's very disheartening when we cast aspersions against the leadership of this welfare. Hatulipwi, Joshua halipwi, Agatha halipwi, Mbula halipwi, but these guys, mimi hata nijitolee, mimi unajua nakwanga huko, unajua ukiwa patron, unaachia hao wengine. They take the hit. It's not fair. Hii welfare inatusaidia sisi. Na isikuwe hii welfare, mimi nilikuwa na propose hii welfare, maybe isikuwe tu ni hamasishi. Kuna wengine wanasema eti mambo mengine mingi, lakini welfare inaweza ikatusaidia. I have seen where welfares have helped uplift lives of journalists. Nyakundi. Imesaidia ku uplift people. Na nawashukuru sana kama mmekuwa cooperative, except some few elements. Kindly give these guys ample time. Kama uko na issue, consult na Mbula, umwambie nililipa hii pesa lakini jina langu halija reflect. Mbula anaenda kwa mpesa yake, aangalie. Ageta aangalie. Instead ya kutulipua kwa group. It's totally unfair to us. Unaona? Tukue tu, we are friends. Nani hapa si rafiki yetu? Tunakutana, tunakwaruzana mahali, lakini we remain one. Sisi, hakuna mtu hapa ni mzee. Sisi wote ni sina tu Nyarora, hakuna miaka mingi kutuliko. Lakini mimi naona wengi wetu tuko na same age set. Tusaidiane, we take this welfare forward. Tuseme ni nini tunafanya. Kuna pesa hapa walikuwa na raise concern kuhusu new membership wenye walikuwa wameingia 3,000. Ruth amesema hiyo pesa iko intact. So leo tuseme hii pesa itafanya nini? Kwa 3,000 ni pesa kidogo sana, ama ni 3,000 plus those members ni kama 30,000. Unaona? 35. Unaona? Hiyo 45. Hiyo ni pesa kidogo sana to some people here. So mkisema eti hiyo pesa ilienda wapi? Uliza tu treasurer, hiyo pesa iko intact. Uliza chairman, uliza Ageta. Tuulize badala ya kupost group casting aspersions on our character. You know, some of us I'm almost about 40 something years. We have taken years to build our careers and our reputation. Hii pesa ya welfare iwezi kuwa eti ndio inatukosanisha. Akina Nyakundi hapa senior nilipata field, akina Nyarora nilipata field. Kuna watu hapa haraka nimempata field. Kuna watu hapa tumesaidiana, naona mkoa neno harari umasire. So hii tunasaidiana. Kuna watu hapa hata mimi nimewahi guide kwa field. So tusaidiane, isikuwe tu ni welfare peke yake, lakini hata kwa field kama ukiona kuna opportunity kwenye unaweza saidia mtu, msaidie. Give this guy an opportunity. Ukiona kuna opportunity mahali, mpatie through pass. Sisi kwa wenye tunapenda mpira tunasema ni through pass. Anaweka tu head goal. Tusaidiane, tusikiwe tunachimbana. We young people. Sisi wote hivi vile tuko hivi, age yetu mkiweka jumla, mkijumuisha ni kama inaweza kuwa 30. Sitaki kulemea wengine wenye tuko miaka ya juu lakini ukijumuisha inaweza kuwa 30. So mimi nashukuru leadership kwanza. Nashukuru members. We have been very cooperative. Unajua ukipata shida si eti unaomba upate shida. Hapana, hii shida inatokea tu hivyo ghafla. Hakuna mtu anaomba shida ndiye achangiwe. Hakuna. Hii pesa yenye tunachanga iwezi replace your loved one. Let me tell you, iwezi. This money will never replace your loved one. So nawaomba tafadhali members, tukue watulivu. Kama uko na issue, ongea tu polepole na treasurer, ongea na secretary. Usipige kelele kwa group. Uliona hata chairman alikuwa ameresign na ameresign twice. Unajua ameresign twice? Chairman ameresign twice. He's a very patient man. Some of us, we don't have that patience. Let me tell you. I want to be very honest. We don't have that patience here, Joshua. Give these guys ample time what to lead. You know, zote uwezi kuwa chairman Nyarangi, uwezi kuwa chairman na Mbula kuwe chairman. Lazima accept ya kwamba ukuwe led at one point. Mimi nimeongea mengi sana. Na washukuru nyote. Hii welfare imesaidia sana. Na washukuru na muendelee kucooperate na leadership. Chairman, chukua ushukani.
Thank you so much. Yeah, umeongea, but you are a patron, so it's okay. Now let's have 2 minutes each for the leadership of KUJ, MCK, and KCA. Starting with the KUJ. I'm sure it will give problems to get you. You do come here.
Enda huko mbele, uongelee huko.
Good afternoon, good evening. My name is Janet Nyamwamu and I'm the chair, Gusii chapter KUJ. KUJ is a body that champions the welfare of workers, journalist workers. Everybody is a worker. You are a journalist, you are working somewhere, you are a freelance, you submit your stories somewhere. So basically you are a worker. And workers, we have unions in every sector. And for journalists, we have the Kenya Union of Journalists. So I have 2 minutes to speak. What I want to tell you is, yesterday I was in Nairobi for a workshop for the leaders. And we are down here to mobilize and get you all on board. You have to make a choice. And any question you have, there is a website for KUJ. And everything is laid there and it's understandable from what it does and the membership. We have our secretary in Gusii. If you have any questions, you can't reach me. We have our secretary who is Brighton Makori. You can also reach him. The Gusii chapter is Nyamira, Kisii, and Migori counties. So that's what I can say. I don't want to take the time for the AGM. Thank you.
Good. Senior, it's your turn. Okay. Will you be able to get him from there? Okay. Senior kaa tu hapo.
Yeah, members, my name is Haraka Matara. I have made an introduction before, and I'm the chairman, Nyanza chapter of KCA. KCA means Kenya Correspondents Association. Now, I'm very happy that journalists over 100 can congregate and share issues. But the problem that I'm contemplating is that unless we consolidate our unity, we risk disintegrating into small groups, which should not be the case. This is a profession you have built for some time, others for several years. For instance, I'm now headed to about 40 years in this journalism. And I'm very grateful because whatever I've had is as a result of being in this profession. There is some misleading information elsewhere that journalism as a profession does not help even those who practice. So let us demystify such kind of superstitions. I call them superstitions because nobody of sound mind can be able to join a profession which he knows he's not going to be of any help to him. We'll discuss later about some important issues that can make us self-advance. We advance individually because of the profession we are in. We shall also point out how we can diversify our activities in this welfare, other than making it a benevolent fund per se. Thank you.
Okay. There are a few people who have just come, and it's your turn to introduce yourselves. And I hope next time you'll keep time. And another reminder, make sure that you enter your name in a list, in a paper that is there, and other details that are required. Do we have anybody who has just come?
We are doing a lot of introductions because of our people who are coming late. Tafadhali. There's another microphone there.
I'm sorry I'm late. My name is Calvin. I work with the NTV.
Good evening, members. My name is Mbeka Momanyi. I work with Media Max, K24 TV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Clinton Nyamumbo for TV47.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Robert Ochoro. I work for the People newspaper.
Asante. Chairman. He has introduced. He did introduce himself.
Now, next I want to make something clear here. Our patron says that I've resigned twice. The first time I resigned is when I relinquished my position in the bigger group, the Kisi Scribes, because of other interests, and I was getting into conflict with a few people. That's why I relinquished that position. But still, I'm still the chair, but I don't have all the powers. We share the powers with my vice. Anaitwa Rosemary. Huyu Rosemary is now our chair. Alafu we have Abende. What's your position? Is our secretary. And this election was done at Ufanisi. We have not imposed ourselves there. So Sai mi ni chairman wa welfare, but the broader group has a separate leadership. So the online guys, are you able to get to them? Yeah. Okay.
They can follow on YouTube. We have a link to share.
I suggest that they can call you directly and you put them on the mic, because at least they need to say something.
Yeah. We said that for you to join today's meeting, you have to pay. So just make sure the person next to you pays. Just make sure ule mtu hapo kando yako kwa ile list nilipost mwisho tafadhali, so that we don't have joyriders.
It's very legal that if you are with us here and you have not paid, it will be very embarrassing for you to be told to get out. Please do an honorable thing so that you get out. Information is clear. Chairman?
Yes. Yeah, avoid aibu ndogo ndogo, because I have the powers to order you to march out. Now, wacha tuseme hivi sasa. Now it's my time to deliver my remarks, and I want to once again thank you for the support that you have given this welfare. And I want to remind, because we joined this welfare at different times, I want to remind, or I want to take you down the memory lane and tell you how it started. When I joined the profession some years back, or several years back, we didn't have something of this type. So if somebody got bereaved or another problem, we just appeared there from in a very disorganized manner, and once we got to the front, then we gave whoever was courageous enough that day to speak. And most of those who were able to speak were the likes of Maube, because they were familiar with the microphones. So later, we said that we need to make this thing, because we need to stop preaching water while we are swallowing a lot of other substances, by telling people to be in welfares when we don't have our welfare of our own. So that's why we started this in a very small way, although there was resistance, but along the way people were able to see the sense, and our number has increased from the initial number that was around 30, and we are now 120. So that is a significant number, and more people want to join. So we had a vision when we started this, and those who have joined much later also need to, we first brief them of the vision that we have before they join us. So in other words, nobody is coerced or nobody is forced to be in this welfare. And indeed, there are so many people who are supposed to be here, but they are not here because it's their right not to be here. And those who are here, they also have a right to be here. So in other words, I'm also suggesting that as we move along, and because we've all seen that this thing is going to help us, even before we leave the stage, my dream is that even when I'm not there, or Gichana or Mbula, things can move. So we have managed to withstand the beating that sometimes members direct our way, but it's for the overall good. And But we want to give freedom to people, and it's one of our agendas today. We want to give freedom to people who have joined us and they realized that they are in a wrong place. We want to give them freedom to walk out. I think that will help us so that we get the people, because people are free to change their minds. So if somebody feels that he is not in the right place, we'll give that person power to walk out and leave us intact instead of starting and causing trouble in the welfare. So we have never led groups of this magnitude. You know, we are all adults. So some of us were class monitors at some stage, but we have never led adults of this nature. And you know, journalists, we are exposed to a lot of information and we look at things in a broader sense. So we are likely to make mistakes as your leaders. So we are not perfect, we are making mistakes, but we encourage you to correct us and correct us. The other day I said that respond as if this is the same way you would want somebody to respond when you are the leader. So if you don't want your leader to be abused, if you don't want to be abused when you become a leader, then don't abuse those who have been given the leadership positions. So, and you know, we are not equal, even in terms of age. The age spectrum is quite wide. And even in the places we work, we come from various towns, we come from various media houses. And this welfare is helping us to collapse all those boundaries. The welfare is helping us to collapse those boundaries so that we see ourselves as journalists, as colleagues, and children of one God. So let's support that and let's mentor each other. It's unfortunate that the machines have malfunctioned. We wanted to give an opportunity to our seniors. Like there are some who are in Nairobi who really wanted to make a contribution, and we have requested them to write, and we'll say what they have written. But apart from, and again, when you write in social media, remember in that group has people who are potential employers, and that group has people who can connect you, because one reason why we are there, we are networking ourselves, and the people there who can determine your fate by saying just one word. So don't just see it as just another WhatsApp group. And also, apart from what I've said, now that we have nearly stabilized, I can say that we have nearly stabilized, and we have met here. There are people who have never seen me, and there are people I've never seen. So some may find it difficult to call me when they have a problem because they don't know how I'm going to respond. But I'm very approachable, and I welcome your calls or your messages, because that is why you have given the positions. Now, so be free to share information, and don't sit on information. You know, the other day, what really annoyed me, I made an update a month ago that we'll have an AGM and we'll do collections in the first month of December. So members supported it, and those who didn't support it kept quiet. But when I told them on 7th that the deadline is here, some made statements that were taking us back to square one. So now that's really what annoyed me, and I wondered if people were waiting for me to make mistakes or to make things they didn't want for the whole month before they could respond. I want to thank people who Actually, for me, I was going for good from this welfare, and I even deleted it. I even deleted the icon from my phone. That's how serious it was. But there are people who call me and I listen. So the one of them is Ken Bosire. Ken Bosire called me and he told me, "You are my senior. I mean, I'm your senior in the profession, and I'm also your elder brother." So that's one of those were very heavy words. And he also called me a custodian of that I was carrying the vision of this group. Those were very heavy words. And many other, of course, I told people not to call me, but they were very, very bold to call me. So I thank you because we are here at last. So we are putting our house in order. So see it tunasomeana sana. We are putting our house in order. And at this point, I want to acknowledge publicly that my brother Edward Abuga sent an apology after what happened, and I forgave him, and it's water under the bridge. So let's move forward as brothers and sisters. And now I want to say that tuache vitina ndogo ndogo. If you don't like something, if you don't like me, it's not a must that you like me, but nobody has ever been liked by everybody. Even Jesus was not liked by everybody. So just respect the position. If you don't respect the person who sits in that position, and we'll move forward. So our agendas, my speech is over, and our agendas are this. We are moving to the real issues now. I think we have done a review of the past year. We are now on we have another agenda is election of officials. Remember, where the office holders are supposed to be in position for 2 years, and after that, an election is done. So the patron is so far permanent and pensionable in that position, but the treasurer was the treasurer joined like 1 year ago. I mean, the secretary joined like 1 year ago. So at this point, my position as chairman has elapsed, and the same applies to the treasurer Ruth Mbula. And nobody did campaigns, and nobody is going to be given an opportunity to campaign, because what we need is people to propose names of people who can take us forward. And at this point, I want to task our patron to lead us in this minute of getting new officials, new chairman and new treasurer. Okay. You want to say something?
I want to say something. Good evening, guys. So I have an idea here that before we get to this year's agenda, I could have wished that if we, apart from what the treasurer told us, that she has around 45,000 shillings, what did we achieve for this year? How many people did we assist? We have testimonies from our people that we assisted. So something like that can even encourage us, instead of just the treasurer saying that we utilize the money and then there is someone who is aggrieved maybe.
Thank you so much. This gentleman is Mayo Muiwa, and he's brilliant like me. So thank you for reminding us. Now we want to identify one or two people who, for in one way or another, got a problem, and the group intervened, and that person will tell us if he liked it or he didn't like it. And any person who benefited from the group, or the person who was given. There's one here, Nyaberi. Pass the mic to Nyaberi, and there's another one.
Okay.
Haya, wacha ni wasalimu tena, hamjambo. Mimi naitwa Wycliffe Nyaberi, nilikuwa nimesema hapo mbeleni. Nilipoteza babangu tarehe 23 mwezi wa Januari mwaka huu. Na kwa kweli mlinisaidia. So zile pesa zenye mlinipatia, siona mimi ni kijana mdogo, nilikuwa na plani ya kujenga nyumba. Nilinunua nazo mabati. Asante.
Pia na wasalimu wa mjambo. Mimi naitwa Dudus. Majina yangu kamili naitwa Elijah Kiari. Pia mimi nilisaidika sana kutoka kwa hii welfare. Mwaka uliopita nilipoteza sistangu. Mimi sikujenga nyumba wala sikununua mabati, lakini kwa sababu najua tunatoka familia tofauti pia, na saa zingine unaposikika kwa redio ama unapoeleweka kwamba wewe ni mwandishi wa gazeti, unaonekana kwa runinga, kuna vile watu wanakuwa na high expectations. Pia mliponipatia zile pesa zilinisaidia sana kupanga mazishi ya dadangu, yakaonekana kwamba yamekuwa mazuri, na vile vile wageni waliokuja nyumbani pia walifaidika sana kutokana na zile hela ambazo nilipata kutoka kwa welfare. So mimi ningependa kushukuru, na vile vile niseme kwamba ni jambo la busara. Niwashukuru viongozi wetu, kuanzia mwenyekiti, patron, secretary na treasurer ambao wanafanya kazi nzuri sana. Ni jambo la busara sana, na mimi nisema kwamba nilisaidika kwa sana. Nashukuru. Sidhani kwamba ni kitu ambacho naweza pinga ama nahitaji kusema kiendelee. Manake tunapopeana hizi testimonies tunamaanisha kwamba ni kitu ambacho kinafaa kuendelea. Na nilimsikia patron akisema kwamba kinafaa kuwa extended. Sio kwamba tunasubiri mtu afe ndio tusaidie mtu. Lakini mbali na hapo nimeona wale ambao wenzao wamekuwa wagonjwa tukisaidia pia. Na nafurahi kwamba wengine wamepona. Mfano tu dadake Jacqueline Barongo, zimini kakake, samahani, alikuwa mgonjwa, nafurahi kwamba alipona kwa sababu alipata usaidizi kutoka kwa welfare. So labda sijui mtazungumza vipi, tujue kama tuna extend vipi, sababu mtu pia inafaa asaidiwe akiwa hai. Mbali na mtu kufa, pia hata sisi pia tunafaa tufaidi kutoka kwa welfare tukiwa hai. Tufurahi tukiwa hai. So sijui tutapata wakati tutazungumzia swala hili. Asante sana.
Good. Habari ya jioni kila mtu. Pole sana, nimekuwa nimechelewa kidogo sababu tulienda na timu fulani Kisumu kikazi. So tumechelewa. Mimi naitwa Jadson Manduku. Nafanya kazi pale kwa ofisi ya bado? Nimesema naitwa Jadson Manduku. Yes. Nafanya kazi kwa ofisi ya governor wa Kisii County. Nashukuru sana wenzangu kwa ile ambayo mliweza kunisaidia kama ndugu yenu when I lost my sister. Chairman was there, aliattend mazishi. My sister alipoteza mume wake 3 years ago, and then watoto kabaki vijana wawili. Chairman yule kijana mmoja kubwa tulimaliza mtihani kutoka amemaliza na mwingine anaenda form 4. So pesa imetusaidia, hiyo pesa yote ya welfare imesaidia. Naomba kwa wale ambao kuna wale ambao walirudi nyuma kidogo, naomba chairman wasamee ndio warudi ndio tuendelee. Asante sana.
Asante. Maobe.
Maobe.
I take this opportunity again kwa wale ambao wamekuja saa hizi ni wasalimu mjambo. Thank you for coming. Now, mimi binafsi sikupata kwamba nipata msaada, lakini nataka kuongelea kwetu jumla kama kikundi. My brother Zach passed on this year. I just wanted to pass a message of thank you to all of us, because wakati ndugu yetu Zack alikufa, that was the first time tuliuzwa kama chama, na sasa ndio wakati chama kiliweza kufeel probably what other people have been feeling. Wakati mwingine kutoa pesa, tunatoa pesa na una forget about it, you go, but this time round it really ilituuza because ilikuwa sisi. Chenye naweza kusema kwamba kikundi ni kitu cha maana sana. Wakati wa mazishi ya Zack, that is when I knew how good it is to have to be in a group, to be in an organized group. Why am I saying this? For those those of us who made it to Zack's place, of course we went there in numbers, which is one of the greatest things I'm talking about today, is because the numbers that went to Zack's place, the message in that home, you know, when you could listen to the people when you kando when you walikuwa nazungumza, because of the organization and everything that you did, it told me what this group can achieve. And if there is anything, Zack's case should just give us a morale of moving ahead. So Chair, Patron, that is one bit yenye nilikuwa nataka kuwashukuru kwamba the way you left everything in your numbers, mkaenda huko kwa kina Zack, of course through the chair na ile kamati ndogo who went there like twice before even we went there to make sure that all the programs were there. Congratulations and congratulations and congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Asante sana. That's a good one. So members, asante sana kwa wale mmetoa ushuhuda, and as Jared has said, actually nobody was going to step in that land of Kuria were it not that we had this welfare. So welfare ni kitu mzuri sana, and iendelee vile wamesema. Now I've been reminded that we can tackle the other agendas before we finish with the one that I had mentioned. I think we are all in agreement that we need to move forward, but if there is anybody who has a divergent opinion, sasa situpe mtu chance aongee. Kama akona divergent opinion aongee, ndio roho ifunguke before we move, because we have looked at the positive side of the welfare. Now let's look at the negative side. Okay.
Yes. Our salute members. Actually, I wanted to say this is a very important organization which all of us must live to protect. I don't want it to, because from what I was trying to say, we must talk good of this organization. One thing they stand to us, hatukuwa tunachuana, but these days we can be able to know one another across the country. That is a big achievement. So we must take good time to talk about this association of ours, and we must own it at all costs. So that's what I was. In fact, hata uchaguzi tungechukua muda mwingi, kila mtu aseme vile anaona na vile tutaendelea, and that is what we want. Hii mambo ingine kidogo, hiyo si kitu, hiyo ni kidogo, hiyo si kitu hata ya kuanzia. We want to talk good about our association. I'm indeed happy that the pioneers who came up with this organization, I want to thank you for that, because at times si kila mtu anaweza kuja awe ndiye anakuja anaanzisha Southern project, but this is one of the 5 projects I'm proud of and I want to be associated with it. And as leaders, some of us who have been in leadership somewhere, even in your home as a father, things happen. But you don't just come and start beating the children. This is what it is. You just, hata de mungeongea hapa, hiyo ingine tungeongea kando mahali tuko na wazee na watu kubwa, mambo ingine tumalizane kama hiyo. So, what am I saying? This group, we need to diversify it. we need to do other things than what we have done. Let us not focus it just as we have said that it's only pario. We could even look at medical covers. Siku hizi watu wanakuwa wagonjwa, mtu anaenda hospitali, you can't be treated. But if you have a medical insurance cover, we would even encourage one of us, some of us as members, that lazima tuwe na HIF kila mtu, so that hata ukiwa mgonjwa, kitu ya kwanza tunajua, you can be able to access to hospital first. So my friends, what I'm saying, mambo kidogo hii, let us not dwell about the what and what, and let us not feel bad. Huyu mtu akiongea tunasema that's why we could be able to handle other things outside the social media. We could go to the inbox and talk, and that's what we do. And let us not huyu kijana akifanya makosa, if I abuse me immediately, then I'm not assisting him. Unampigia simu unamwambia this is the way we do things. So what I'm trying to tell members, let us respect one another. Let us also know the language we are using. Let us be friendly, and let us not, you see, Joshua, you cannot run away from the organization. Then where is leadership? If you are moving out of the group, then where is leadership? Wewe unakaa tu huko, unanyoroswa hapo, then you use a good language, then, okay, when we do, that is how we do it. So what I'm encouraging, please, let us respect one another. This group is there to stay. This is a very important group. This group, we need to think many things about it. Let us only not limit it to parios and deaths, because hata ukiwa mgonjwa, actually that is the critical part of it. Why should it, I've been seeing the WhatsApp, when somebody has died, that is when we raise a lot of money. Lakini when maybe kijana is sick and is hospitalized, tukimhakikisha pesa, we are reluctant. That is one of the challenges that we need to talk about. When one of our members is sick, what do we do? Do we need to wait until akufe ndio tupeane 1,000? So these are some of the critical issues I wish we could be talking about, so that this one is, hizi zingine ni kama hizi za wanasiasa, hizo zingine. Lakini I'm seeing the group response is very positive. If you look at the way the people have given money, which means they trust the group. Me, I don't see. That is why they are here. And actually there's somebody saying, mbona naita watu, it's another institution, we went there, mtu anakuuliza, naita mkutana mkuche. Na wala naambia wao kucha ndio tuko kwa mkutana. So this is the right group, because these people are supporting, and that is why they are here. And those who could have not come, we know where they are, because they have already communicated because of this. Otherwise, I want to wish you well. Let us have a positive attitude about this group. Mimi sichaona shida, because I've seen problems kusinda hii mtu mnasema. There is no problem here about leadership. This group is now taking up. What did you expect with journalists? They'll tell you everything. They will even tell you. They will even tell you is your father. You may think your father is your father. So otherwise, thank you. Wacha tufumiliane hii kitu tuende mbele now. Thank you.
Now from now on, we are going to be very brief in our contributions. Thank you for that, Mr. Nyakundi.
This is our senior.
Yes. He's one of the people who introduced me to this. Now, let's look at the other agendas. Okay. Please pass this to. Let's hear what the guys who are following online are saying.
Thank you. I can see Kwamboka Oyaro. You came to see me physically, to see me at home when I lost my spouse. That was really kind of you. May God bless you. This welfare is more than just giving money. We are a family. Much love to each of you. We have other comments. Josephine Karani. Good morning, colleagues. Congratulations for your coming together. Where she is morning. Congratulations for your coming together and defying all odds to move this association forward. I concur with the leadership and all members of Goodwill that we need to move to the next steps of moving the welfare to the next level. Ken Bosire, I'm glad to be part of this group. To the leadership, it's never easy to manage diverse thinkers, especially journalists, but keep the focus, develop a thick skin, but be accommodative and tolerant. To members, let's trust those we put in trust of our welfare. This is all I've got. Let's nurture it. Erastus Moturi, we can think of having a big project in the coming year of buying state-of-art welfare public address for us and for hire. Thinking aloud, Sorobi Moturi, Erastus. Another final message. Hi guys, good spirit. Viva Gosi Scribes, Viva Gosi Journalists. Kenan Miruka joining physically in a short while. Last message from Ken Bosire. Just a thought. I back the suggestion by Patron on expanding the mandate of the welfare. This is important and Sajat Tembest. Hey, Kizungu. Wow. Time in the industry, shrinking opportunities in the traditional media space, layoffs, etc. It's also an exciting time of new opportunities in the digital era to self-employ and monetize your content. Explore opportunities in podcasts, documentaries, features, bios, autobios. The internet is an infinite place for opportunities. So far, those are the comments. Those online, I can see James Mbaka, Kenani Miruka has joined us virtually, Hilary Mageka, Erastus Moturi, Josephine Karani. I can see Ken Bosire. I can see Zachary Mayeka. I can see Geoffrey Ondigo. I can see Stanel Ongwae and others who are following us from the YouTube channel. God bless you. Thank you.
Over to you, Chair.
That's really good. Who made the last comment? The one that you just read. Okay. That's that comment touches on our profession directly, because as you all know, layoffs are not news these days. They are very common, and he has challenged us to look at take advantage of the online platform, like what Kaka Sungura is doing. And for those, through this welfare, you can take advantage of what Kaka Sungura knows, and another person here. There are people here who went to college and they never touched a camera, but now the world outside here needs you to touch a camera. So let's think of diversifying our skills, and let's also think of supporting each other, because like Kaka Sungura has an idea on how to do this online stuff. And opening a YouTube account is one thing, and sustaining it is another thing. So you need the skills and you also need the passion, but let us not give up because of the challenges that are in the media industry at the moment. So he has also mentioned of things like writing, like podcasts. Do we have anybody here who has a podcast? Yeah, Sorobi does that. So podcast, that's another platform that you can really take advantage of. I want to, because I've not seen very many ladies contribute. I want to tell one lady from Megasa called Janet to speak.
Shout your name and say the rest.
Okay. Kwa wale walichelewa, mimi ni Janet Meroka. Mimi sina mengi, na ningependa kupongeza kila mmoja wetu ambaye amejitahidi. Tumekutana hapa leo. Hii welfare mimi naweza sema imetusaidia sana. Tulianzia Scribes ndio tukakuja welfare. Imetusaidia wengi na tuna appreciate. Alafu pia ningependa ku apologize kwa niaba ya Gesa staff. Tuko 10 wengine hawangeweza kufika. Si mnaelewa vile kazi inafanyika. So walitutuma mimi na Stella na wenzetu kuwawakilisha. Asante.
Asante sana. You know, Now, from the lady who has just spoken, you know, she has done some music. So she's going beyond the journalism to exploit her other talents. So if you can also sing, Zach has also produced some music. There's also another from VOV. There's a guy from VOV. Unfortunately, I think he's not a member of this welfare. He is a member, but he's not here. So that's another platform that you can exploit. Yes. Oh yes, yes, Skiza tunes. Yeah, kama huyu yake imeenda Skiza, she can generate some income from that. So tuendelee hivyo hivyo. You know, you don't copy paste, but you can look at what someone is doing and you do it in a better way. There were times when we used to say that una scoop mutu. See, these days there is no scoop. That scoop is not there. Sasa tuendelee, tuangalie. We are in agreement that we are moving to the next level, and that's why I want to bring this agenda of registering this. Yes. You have a minute to.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this chance to make a small pointer. Actually, last time we were here with so many politicians. Today, how many politicians are here? Who can see any politician here today? None. So, Chairman, as we continue with the meeting, let us plan how to do away with some of these guys. Because for instance, to have these guys, we will have to wait to around 2027, 5 years to see them around. So what am I trying to pass across? Let us try to be independent as a group, and maybe when we need these guys, maybe for big issues, when we have our meetings, let us learn and let us learn how to do our own things alone.
Good. That's
Number two, I have another second point to make. The other day I met a friend, and actually there was a very serious contribution. Actually, there was a Rambe kind of, but guys were giving in our group as usual. But unfortunately, the method of communication. Okay. Where is Ogachi? Ogachi, I met him the other day, anauliza mchango kwani naendelea. So sometimes, as you send messages on WhatsApp, some guys, it will not shock you that some guys are not on WhatsApp. When you send messages on emails, some guys may not be online. Kindly, sometimes I know a number of guys, maybe I don't know why, but some guys, quite a number. You send a message on WhatsApp and then mtu anakuuliza kwani kuna mchango, na mwambia sinaisha leo. Sometimes tuma hata hii message hii ya ingine inaingia hata kwa kabambe for some guys. Though as journalists we need to be online, but what do we do for such cases? Thank you.
I think we all need to move to online because
that's an issue for now.
For now, okay. Let me say what Momanya said, but using different words. the issue of being independent. You know, in the past, we used to rely entirely on politicians for us to sit here. Then one day, because the money was hard to come, we told some hotel that let's come and have snacks, and we were estimating it to be around 15,000. Then he was excited to give us trees to go and plant. Then he gave us a bill of 52,000. Was it around 52,000? And we didn't have our money. But fortunately, the politicians came in and helped us. But that thing was going to embarrass me. I don't know if I'm the one who was going to be locked in, plus the treasure. So that's why I want us to migrate completely from depending on these politicians. If they can chip in, it's okay. But let's fund our being here fully. Let's fund our being here, and if anything comes, that's by the way. Now let's move to the issue of registration. We need to register this welfare for us to enjoy benefits. For us to enjoy benefits like getting trainings from the Media Council of Kenya, because you know even these trainers and the funders have channeled their resources to MCK, and then MCK is giving to these groups. So we need to move to this idea of registration. And I don't know if
Maybe Chairman, what are the requirements
yes.
for registration? You tell us so that we move forward.
Yes. So what is required for one to register? We need the list of members, showing their names as they appear in the identity cards. You also sign. You indicate your telephone number, and you also indicate your identity number and identity card number, and you sign. So that's why we made that attendance list will serve more than one purpose. It's showing that you came here, and it will also help us to do the registration. We are not going to make another list. Apart from that, you need to give a copy of your identity card. You need to give a copy of your identity card, because it will be required at the social services. And we also need minutes, our secretary minutes, which will be used during registration. So one of the minutes will say that members have agreed to register the group. So we also need to agree on the name that we register this group under. So far we call ourselves Gusi Scribes Welfare. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah. But if we are guided there to add something like a self-help group, but the Gusi and the Scribes must remain. Yes. So I think we are done with that. So if you have not entered your details in that yes, and to make this work easier for us, and our patron has done his job, we can submit our identity cards as we are here. Then we dispatch one of us to go to town and photocopy them. Yeah. You know, there is a way. You'll not give your photocopy like this, and the other person gives, and the other person gives. They'll put them. So one sheet may carry like 8 or so, and that will also cut the costs. Then we'll be given our original identity cards, and we'll retain the photocopies for registration. And for those who are joining us online, they can send their scanned documents to our treasurer, to our secretary, to do the rest. But for us here, tukusanye, and we have to lead by example. Ya Gichana iko hapa, alishika akiwa so mine is here. So tukusanye and who? Tutatuma nani hapa?
Delegate one of us.
Yes. We'll facilitate, we'll send Orina, because I'm sure you have a car, you can move faster. So tukusanya IDs and we'll finish. Okay.
Someone with an ID?
To facilitate now. I love guys, remember this, eh? Remember guys, remember this. There's a time we made an attempt to register welfare, and because of these challenges of collecting IDs, we didn't manage. Musa. So we didn't manage. So let's take advantage of our being together. And for those who are online, we are going to give them just a couple of days. I think by January, let's set a deadline by which all these documents should be with us. Okay, so yes. So today is Friday. I mean, today is Saturday. So by Monday, everyone should have sent his or her photocopy to Arnold. So we are moving to the next. We are moving to the next. The next idea is let's look at reviewing our constitution. What do you think is not working in that constitution and that can be improved? Yes, Sin.
Yes. Yeah, good evening, guys. Because of time, I want to go straight on our constitution. We are a young body, and as young as we are, we have few teething problems. You witnessed them when there was some small heat within ourselves. What I can say is that we should accommodate each other whenever there is an issue. There are key issues that we didn't capture in our constitution that can make our leaders with easy. One of them is how to handle conflicts within ourselves. I don't think that issue was captured in the constitution. Was it? It wasn't. We didn't have how we can have discipline among ourselves. So I'm suggesting this. We create a clause within the constitution that stipulates how and when a member who is willing to leave the association can be allowed to do so. That's one.
Two, we need to put another clause where a member whose conduct is unbecoming can be disciplined and can be removed. That one was not captured in the Constitution. Secondly, I want the chairman to reason because he's our leader. I was really concerned when I saw a few differences coming up when this meeting was being planned. This is a young body, and when we are growing, we cannot miss teething problems. They are normal. Our leaders should have a thick skin. You must have a thick skin to handle issues. Don't give up. And our constitution that is going to be amended, I'm suggesting that it be amended, will protect you. Actually, you will not have any problem if we have a good constitution. And I'm happy that these issues came up. They say a good constitution can be made when there's a crisis in a country. And this small crisis we had, it has made me to see the loopholes that is within our constitution. One is we didn't indicate how we can discipline unbecoming members. In discipline cases, we didn't indicate how one can be willing, how one can leave if one needs to. So we need to discuss that and agree the best way. For example, I may get tired with this group and I decide that I'm leaving. It's only the constitution that can guide us. Let it not be that it's only the leaders who decides that a member has misbehaved, so we remove him. No, let the constitution guide us.
Time is rushing, so let's suggest what should be done for one to voluntarily leave the welfare, or at what stage that one can be allowed to. I hear that some people can wait very strategically for when they see there is a problem on the way, then they join a welfare. And when the problem is gone, they exit. But now for us, it's difficult for you to join because you are foreseeing a problem. So to suggest Nini, okay.
Okay, members, I would like to suggest that I propose that we choose a team to review our constitution so that we save on time.
Good. That's a good one. Okay, let's propose names. And before I forgot, let me thank the co-planning committee of this AGM, the likes of Nyabende Mbula and others. Asante kwa kazi nzuri mmefanya. So sema hiyo, you want to propose names? Yes. One, just say one.
One name.
Okay, how many do we propose? How many names do we propose? 5 names. Okay, let's have say one.
I propose Vincent Mwasi.
Mwasi has been proposed.
I propose my senior Henry Nyarora.
We second.
Oh, you have not seconded?
No.
I second Mwasi.
Okay, next is
I propose the planning committee. The whole
committee.
Anataka individual. Okay. Propose individuals. Okay. Jared. Yes, actually, Jared was one of those who made the one that we are using. So, who is going to second him? He has been seconded by Jackson. Next, propose another name. Dan has been proposed, Dan Yamanga. Who is going to second Dan? Has been seconded by Kirwa. That's the third name. The fourth one. Good. Tabitha Mwenzi has been proposed, and she came all the way from the city of Kisumu. So Mwenzi has been proposed. Who is going to second her? Second her. Bonus you. Okay, Nyarora seconded. So those are four. We need another lady. Yeah. One more lady. Ochor. Janet Nyanchoka has been proposed. Yamwam. Yes. Ulisema mgani? Amesema Meroka. Ulisema nani?
Ochoro ndiye anasema wewe.
Second. Okay. Araka Matara. Okay.
When we are proposing these names, we wish that we include a number one or two from the committee that has been handling this, because they have known what they have undergone through, and they might think that this part inastahili chenjiwa maiende hivi. So I think let us bring
let the number be 7.
Yes, one or two
number
from them.
The only one. Let the number be 7.
So the
chairman must be automatic. The chairman must be automatic.
Okay. Sawa. So I think we are done with that minute.
No.
There are 7.
There are 7.
Okay, that one is exhausted. Now let's look at the timelines. Up to when?
Before the end of the year.
That's too short. That will be too short.
No. I've done this thing before.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as you think. The earliest we can table something is by the end of January.
Good. End of January.
Yes. February.
Good. Let's move to the next. Let's move to the next thing. Once we've registered, and the registration will be done by the officials. Once we've registered, we are in agreement that we'll need a bank account, and these days there is a pay bill. So are we agreeing on that also?
Unanimous.
So we'll open a bank account. So which group which bank do we suggest?
Which is friendly.
Cooperative bank. So
That's unanimous.
and we'll have a pay bill.
Yeah.
And now this agenda is leading us to another one. Senior. This agenda is leading to another one. And this next one is who will be the signatories will be the executive officials. Mbula uses her phone to receive our contributions, and that's why we are thinking of having a welfare cell phone, hata ikiwa so that our money can be wired to that phone. Yes.
No.
Yes, mwana sim card yako. Hebu tusikizane hivi kwanza. let me explain what we have in mind. Hii pesa inaingia kwa simu ya Mbula, inamwachia hesabu ya kupiga yake ni gani, ya welfare ni gani. Because so tuweke, once we have a cell phone, a separate cell phone, that number ndio itakuwa linked na hata na hii bank kwa hii kitu tunaita pay bill, and henceforth we'll be sending our money through the pay bill. We'll also stop incurring the transaction costs. So this thing will benefit both the...
Chair, the question of the line in Asimu, it's not a question. That is something which you could have done 2-3 years ago. That's not debate.
Okay, tununue simu. Okay, tununue simu ya pesa ngapi? Okay, Kabambe. Okay. 1,000. Okay. One meeting. Let's have one meeting. Tabitha.
Chairman, I don't agree with the idea of buying Kabambe. Here's the reason. Gula goes to the... So, when she gets time to sit down and update, some messages will be missing. So she needs a smartphone. Should I start? Okay, what I'm saying is Kabambe will be so inconveniencing for Mbula, because by the time she settles down to update people who have sent their money, some messages will be missing. Kabambe, I think, takes up to 20 messages na kameja. So she needs a smartphone that can have messages, and when she's settled, she can easily get all the messages. Mtu asilalamike eti nimecontribute na sijakuwa updated.
Actually, you are right. Again, you know, the smartphone Android, it's a thread, so you are able to roll down instead of what. But we have said that. Okay, so you want to say something, Jacqueline?
Chair, I don't know, but I'm agitated to speak about this. Chair, whatever we are addressing here, it's not something which we are supposed to address here. These are something for the community. These are things which are straight.
Okay.
You don't need to be in an AGM to say that.
Okay, you know, we've never had authority to spend your money, so that's why we are done. Yeah. Okay, so we have been given an okay. We'll look for the cheapest smartphone, and that will serve us. Smartphone can cost like 5,000. Yes.
I'm proposing that the little money that is in our account, you remove 5K. 5K is enough.
Okay. Wasema
Chair.
That's the last one on that.
About that smartphone, you know, this is a very serious world. Let's have a very smart smartphone.
So that one is done.
This is a very serious welfare. I was suggesting that we buy a very smart smartphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. That one is settled. Let's move to the next. So, okay. Okay, next. Losing membership, we finished that one. Now there is one last one, which is investments. What do we need to do this coming year? Because I had members saying that we need to broaden our operations. So from the online, from the guys who are following us online, one has proposed that we can think of having a public address system. You see, like today, we were given a public address system for free, but it has malfunctioned, and the online group is not able to communicate to us. So one member proposed a PA system that we can have a PA system that can be hired and we can use it during our activities. If someone has a problem, that PA system can be given to that person for free. There's another person who was also proposing that we can have a tent and the chairs. If someone has a problem, it can be given that the tents and the chairs from the day the problem occurred until the problem is over for free, but that person can transport it at his cost. So those are some of the suggestions that have come forward. And if you remember from our WhatsApp group, Madam Kwamboka Yaro proposed that we can think of, let's have one meeting. She proposed that we can think of doing banana crisps. There's something she mentioned about banana crisps. So she wants us to be enterprising so that we can be forward looking and generate more income for ourselves. So I was just trying to broaden this agenda, and let's take 2 minutes to exhaust it. So what do we propose? What investment do we do? We can start with the small ones as we grow more teeth.
I think I'll go with the proposal for public address system. It's very easy to manage, and maybe next time when we grow, you can think of something like HAS, Nini, ETs. We're not thinking about the death, but it's inevitable. We'll all die. Yeah.
That's a good one. Another proposal? Yes.
I support his idea.
Okay.
We can begin with either PA system or tent.
So you have given 2. Settle on one. Okay. Yes. Good. So can we write that in the next year we aim at acquiring a public address system and a tent? So then people can do window shopping and know how much will be required, and the members will have equal ownership of those items. I think that one is done, unless there is another suggestion. Then the coming years, we can also be thinking of other things. Are we done with that? Yes. Now, there are people who want to join the welfare, and there are people who have been requesting to join the welfare, and there are people who are suggesting that the house is full. So let's look at this idea. Do we accommodate more, or we lock the boat like Noah locked? Yes. Hiyo ndio ya mwisho. Okay. You want to say something?
Yes. Thank you for that chance.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chairman. There is this issue of new membership. We have been close to other people who have similar welfare groups, but I think, or I feel, our membership, joining as a member in this welfare is too low. The amount we have allowed is too low. Why? The border riders who drops us in town, actually they tell us for us to join our group, for us to join our welfare is 15,000, 10, 20. Go to any stage, they'll tell you this story. So what does this mean? We have to change our welfare entry amount, because we can, for instance, the same amount we used to give to enter into this welfare cannot remain maybe 3,000, 2,000. Somebody will join the group when we have a full public address, when we have tents, when we have spent a lot of money in this welfare. So we are not trying to lock out some people, but as you review the amount we decide to, to anybody who joins the welfare, it should be a bit
high. I think you have made your point. So anybody
Thank
to
you.
Sini?
Yeah, I think this is an organization that will operate under the laws of the country. That's why we are registering it. I want to suggest that maybe members of the secretariat can go and find out from the social department how many members are supposed to be in a welfare, how many members are supposed to be either a self-help group, because there must be a ceiling of membership in any particular outfit. Two, when an association becomes large, it also poses challenges of administration, in terms of communication, in terms of even organization. Thank you.
Yes, Kiro, your last one.
Thank you. I wish to also contribute and say that let's leave this matter to the legal and the constitutional committee that we have chosen, so that they might give us the way forward. Wasungumzie hiyo jambo, waweke sheria, mtu atajoin, atakaa miezi ngapi ama siku ngapi ili ya benefit. Don't we leave it like that?
Okay, thank you. I think at that point we have finished the
Lakini hadi control opinion na pata watoto 120 to isaine kwa ngana hiyo manage.
Okay, sawa. So guys, up to that point, unless there is anyone who has a burning issue, we are coming to an end. Oh yes. There is this one of election. Want to have the chair and the treasurer. Sasa chukua ushukani.
Gentlemen and ladies, I have been given a single opportunity of conducting elections, but I have one opinion, that we allow the current committee to continue leading us for the next 2 years or 1 year, unless there's something was a contrary opinion, because these guys have led us. They have tried. We have been having challenges, but they have tried. Unless there is any proposal for anyone who wants to be chairman, the position is chairman and treasurer. Unless, do we have anybody who wants to be chairman? Nyara wants to be chairman. Okay, I'm giving about 4 people an opportunity to react on the same.
You are partial. You are supposed to be impartial.
I'm a patron and I'm not electable.
Maybe before ifike huko nimeshapata maika hapa, I can use this. Now, patron, I want to agree with you that as far as we have gone far as an organization, as a group, let's face the fact that on some issues, on key issues that we are beginning to do right now, they are on the formative stage. And I'm feeling like the leaders we've had, it will be better, we'll move better with the leaders at this formative stage when we want to move from only just collecting money to help each other to collecting money to create maybe an avenue of starting earning money for the group. And because of that, I'm of the opinion that at least 2 years would be a good beginning point for the chair, the secretary who has just come in the last year, and the treasurer who have been here to lead us But otherwise, as we've just done right now, occasionally we'll be having smaller committees which will be assisting doing other things. Like we've done, we've got a committee that is going to look into the issues of the constitution of the committee. I'm very sure the executive will be a smaller committee which is going to push and then ensure that we are registered and looking into other issues. Smaller committees will be coming up. But for the leadership, I feel like we give them a chance. I mean, we give them 2 years to lead us so that 2 years from now, then we can think about now we have stabilized, we can have new members to take us to the next level. My submission.
Propose and you get a second.
Oh, I propose that. No. I think it's the chair. I think it's the patron who will propose. It's not me. So let first of all people contribute and then. Okay.
Because we have just started. I also say that those who have been there can now take us through this transition within less than 2 years. So those bearers take us through the transition so that it becomes stable.
Anyone with a contrary opinion?
Mine is not contrary, but nilikuwa nasema I want to propose 3 years. And, okay. Patron, before I finish, wacha nimalize. Jared, I was still proposing those 3 years are still renewable. 3 years renewable.
Mi nilikuwa naomba ya kwamba tuko na chairman, hatuna vice chair. Maybe tafutiwe vice chair. Hiyo mambo itakuwa inaendelea hivyo.
According to our constitution, we don't have a vice chair. So that a proposal we are giving to the group of Maobe, maybe to amend because it's too heavy for chairman. Labda ako Nairobi, najua ni chairman ya Genke huko. Yeah. So on the issue of elections, who is proposing that the current committee continue serving us for the next 2 or 3 years? There's a proposal for 2 years or 3. Is it 2 years or 3? 2 years.
I propose 3 years.
Many of the other opinions say aye. In as many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. I want to hand over to the chairman. I think we have finished today's agenda. The members who came later, Kina Miruka, Musa Maranga, they can introduce themselves and have a word.
Oh, this is the powerful PA system I've been following online. Good afternoon. Yeah, apologies for getting late. I had some engagement somewhere, but I'm glad to be here today. As he said, my name is Miruka Kena. I'm a member of this welfare. So I only want to respond or raise 2 issues. Sorry to take you back, just 2 issues. There is that issue on membership. You know, this is a welfare. A welfare is a voluntary organization. You join voluntarily. Nobody will force you. And the constitution defines who can be a member. Unless you want to say you want to open it free, anybody can walk in and become a member of this welfare. So if the constitution is very clear on membership, we should not lock out anybody who qualifies by definition of the constitution to be a member. Should be allowed so long as they meet the conditions. Yeah, and you cannot, for example, tell a new member if he's a new person who has been employed to become a journalist in this town, you ask them to contribute backwards. But if their minimum conditions are met, that person should be allowed to proceed. Second issue is about the name. I didn't get to hear what you agreed on, but you mentioned the fact that you may want to attract funding for training and other activities. So if it will remain a welfare, I don't know if it can qualify for some forms of funding. So we can have the welfare registered, yes, but the name, there's a clause where for you to register, you have to do a name search. So the name has to be done in such a way that it has an element of journalism, it has an element of association or something like that. That way you are open to funding for a variety of activities. But if you make it a welfare, then welfare, I think, is more of social. Yeah, otherwise, I thank you.
Asante sana Musa Marangani Kakasungura. Where is the other mic? No, that not Musa Maranga, the other Maranga.
Good evening, my colleagues. I'm Steve Maranga Mugoya, a veteran in the industry. Thank you, and God bless you.
Amen. Pena Kakasungura.
I wanted to read some comments here, but let me echo on what my colleague Kenani has said. I think on joining, we should open for only new members. You've been a veteran and you defied, kindly keep off. Yes, if someone has been employed as a new journalist in Kisii, let him be given space to join without asking him to contribute what we have done from the past, because actually he's a new member. Can we throw them away? We cannot. Lastly.
But the 3K must remain.
Yes, that should remain. Now, James Simbaka is saying, do we have a recourse to address teething challenges where an official becomes a rogue? Under what circumstances can we eject such an official? What will be the threshold? And there is a comment here from...
that one will be considered by the constitution, by the committee which is handling constitution.
Okay, let me read the remaining comments. Talford Omari, I think we are on the initial stages of coming up with a fruitful project with an objective. Yes?
Those members who are here, kindly, mtoke online, you follow from here so that other members can join. Asante sana.
Okay, immediately you drop in this room, you exit the stage. Okay, Telford Omari, I think we are on the initial stages of coming up with a fruitful project with an objective of earning income for GSW, which is Scribes Welfare, I think. I agree with the majority that the current leadership to carry on. Kwambo Koyaro, in most welfares, waiting period is 3 months. I agree about the joining fee. Let us increase to 7,000 to 10,000. Sorobi is asking, and also, how long does one take to benefit as a new member? Lastly, John Atambo, we are destined for greatness as a group. Advantages of coming together outweigh the negative energy that play out at times. Nimekaribia kufika. Okay, sijui kama amefika. Thank you so much.
Nimeshukuru sana.
So maybe someone can respond to how do we eject a rogue official? I don't know. Someone can respond to that.
That one will be handled by the committee, which is doing the constitution, which is reviewing. Yeah, na tutafanya nini, itaweka kwa nini kwa group, ipiwe kura, kama ni Kilifi, kuna ingine ya Bomas, we agree. Finally, mimi nimewashukuru, nimeona watu wamekuja hapa wengi sana. You spared your time. Mimi sitaongea tena, mimi wakati naenda kuongea, I have a function at the Kisii Sports Club. ya golf, nimekuwa huko and I'm a member of the golf committee. So nitatoroka baada ya kula lunch. Nimewashukuru nyinyi wote akina Kevin Omburi hapa, naona media owners wako hapa. Unajua si rahisi kupata watu kama hao ma seniors akina Kenan. Unajua hata kama ni senior lakini nimemguide town. So nimewashukuru nyote. Let me hand over. Kaka Sungura naye wacha nikushukuru kwa kustream kitu free of charge. Na photographer nimeona Omingo na nimeona the other gentleman. Kati of Sungura ni Kisi Hot TV. Najua kuna na nini mingi YouTube. Ako kama na 4. Lakini mimi najua ni Kisi Hot TV. Hiyo ndio nimesubscribe na follow hapo. So nimewashukuru na tuendelee. Kindly let us support these leaders. Mimi hata msipo ni support, unajua mimi ni patron niko hapo kando, lakini tuwa support. Wamefanya kazi mzuri, wanajitolea. Kwa haya machache mimi nawashukuru sana. Chairman and
Thank you for the trust that you have given us, and we'll try our best to take you forward. I placed the other mic on Kevin's desk because I want him to tell us something, and then after that, Maube will tell us something as one of the young. First, let Maube speak. Protocol, Maube will have to speak as a young journalist or as a member who joined us latest. There's the other
Yes, habari ya jioni. Nami wacha nichukue hii nafasi nisungumzie mawili. Since my senior amesema I'm a junior, I think I'm a junior in this welfare. Sisi ni wale tumejoin juzi tu. Na nashukuru ya kwamba nilipo request mlinikubalia nikaingia. Mmezungumzia mambo mengi katiba, lakini sasa kama sisi new tumeingia, hiyo katiba mimi sijaiona. Ningemeka a request. Wala ambao tumeingia kama mimi tuwe nayo fiscal, at least tunapoongea kitu hapo niwe nimejua ni nini kinasemwa katika hiyo katiba. La pili, kile kikao ambacho kinaenda kuangalia katiba upya, sijui kama hiki kipengee kipo ambacho kinaangalia ni muda gani ambao tutachukua ndio tunafungulia watu wapya kuingia. Manake jinsi ninavyoona, kwa ule muda mchache nimekuwa pale, wakati mwenzetu amepatwa na shida ndio tuingia mifukoni kutoa kitu. Leo hii nimefiliwa na chinzi mwenzangu Kaka na Miruka walisema each and every person akona haki so long as amefikia vile viwango vya katiba. Leo nimefikia viwango vyote vya katiba na nimefiliwa leo. Nitakuja nipeane hiyo pesa ya kuingia. So nina haki ya kupata hizo benefits. Muangalia hapo. Na kitu ya mwisho ni kwamba sijui tutafanyaje, sababu hii shida ikitokea ichawi itatokea yule ambaye ako kwa welfare. Itatokea kwa mtu ako kwa hii town, tunafanya na yeye kazi, shida imempata na amekataa kuingia welfare. Sisi hapa kama mzetu tutafanyaje? Asante.
Sawa.
Thank you, Bwana Chair, and all the members of our organization. Good evening. My name is Kevin Omburi. I'm the Managing Director, Getembe TV and Radio, and I'm happy to be here. I'm sure there are so many of us wenye labda hatujai kutana, we've never interacted. You know, the way I entered media ilikuwa tricky kidogo. straight from campus outside Kisii, then to Nairobi. I didn't manage to practice in this town. So maybe that's why I'm not so close to some of us. And then I came to Kisii and straight to my things. So tujakutana sana. So kindly tukikutana tusalimiane na pia tujuana, and I'll be looking forward to having more meetings like this so that pia mimi naweza kuwa part of the fraternity ya scribes wa hii town. That's it and done. My contribution to this, first on the new membership, I was wondering what happens to the young journalists who are coming up every day if we lock them out. Are we not going to have competing welfares? Because they might also want to have a welfare ya kuangalia mambo yao. Now it's not their mistake that they join the industry, later. So hapo tuangalie. I also second wale wenye wamesema tuangalie, and also support the idea of increasing the fees, the membership fees. Yeah, purely before I finish, I was thinking, we are trying to look at how we can invest in other things that will help the welfare. So nikajiuliza, if we are able to raise 120,000, that's a month. I know sometimes when we have this kind of groupings, kuna wengine wanakuwa na issues za pesa zetu zitatunzwa namna gani. But if we contribute, ama tujiwekea hata kama ni one year, in a year we'll raise 1.4, and then now start investing in something serious like what the patron said. Has with monthly savings, even a bank can look at you and say, yeah, they can even support you mnunue hiyo house alafu mwanze kurudisha. So maybe kama hiyo ilikuwa imefungiwa nje, issue ya monthly, maybe because of how will our money be kept, tuangalie when you are going to review the constitution, one if that's something we can consider. Yes, and then finally, this is to our brothers and sisters who have also invested in media or have a intention of investing in media, and those who have been put in positions of management of these new stations coming up. Hii nimeiongea sana tu wale wenye tumekutana wenye wameinvest even before. We invest in this locality at a time watu wengi hawajazoea au hii biashara inafanywa locally, kwa sababu tumezoea Egesa huko, Minto huko na zingine. So it has been really hard surviving and even making our clients around understand that advertising is very, very expensive. So mimi ningeomba ndio watu wasikuje kutucheka kesho, Getembe imefungwa, Ndizi imefungwa, juzi niliona Tawala ilikuwa sijui imeenda wapi na zingine. Can we compete fairly? I'm saying this, I know kuna mwenye atajua umuhimu wake, because I have lost businesses, somebody paying me 250,000 a month to a competitor mwenye anampea na 20,000 a month. When are we going to grow? Hata kama unaingia kwa market, wacha tuingie tukijua, najua hata ukitoa kama ni 50,000 afadhali. But sasa if we are going to make our clients here know advertising, you can get it at 5,000, at 10,000, tutashinda tukilia, wafanyakazi wetu hawalipwi, hii imefungwa, hii. So kindly wacha tuinue hii market so that we can also be proud, like tuko na wafanyakazi walipo vizuri, we are on air, we are producing content yenye iko quality, ndio pia sisi tuheshimiwe. And that will be my part in short. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have another one here, but thank you for those contributions. Now let me respond in 2 minutes. One, regarding familiarizing yourselves with the Constitution, we'll send the soft copy through our WhatsApp. Yeah. Yeah, it has already been shared by Ruth. Then this is the hard copy. I may donate a copy to Maube. So this other copy goes to Maube. You. Yeah. So the other issues, familiarize yourself with it, and other things will also be captured by the committee, the task force that has been given that work. Another one, if Kevin has raised an issue of we have not really locked out people, but we open for some time and we also close after some time. And there are people here who have refused to, in this town, who have refused to join this welfare because they don't like some of us. So for such people, we cannot force them. We cannot force them. So it's their freedom to make it theirs. If they are able to make another one, they can make. But we'll look at that in our committee. And also wale vijana ambao wamekuja sasa, let them be aware of this welfare and let them join at the right time. So hiyo mambo ya investing in media, I can see there are so many investors here. I don't know if you can share, as much as you are competing, you can share a platform and even see how you can make your rate cards and those things, because really you need each other, and the audience is nearly the same. So akina Kaka Sungura, akina the representative of these and others, you can look at that because we need each other. And I thank Kevin for coming here, because he has not forgotten that he is a journalist as much as he has moved to that level. Now, each time a case occurs, we refer to the Constitution and see if the member is compliant, if it's up to date in terms of contributions, if we joined at the right time before we give an okay. Those are some of the groundwork things that we do as members before we communicate to you to start contributing. So your Constitution, just understand it, because at times we may make a mistake. Understand the Constitution, and if we are going against it, raise an alarm through our inbox, so that we can address the issue. Now, finally, there's an idea that has not been given a prominence, and that is the idea of making this AGM rotate. You know, we have had it here for quite some time. So there are some people who have been proposing that it goes to Nyamira or to other place. We've been preferring this Kisi because of its proximity. People are coming from other towns. Actually, that's the reason why we've been preferring it. But for cohesiveness and for us to show that we can move around, because in any case journalists are tourists, we can propose to move it to another county next year. So who can propose, or who can are we in support that we move this AGM to Nyamira next year? Yeah. Okay.
Where members are. We go to where members are. Why can't we discuss about it when we approach the release?
Okay. Okay. Members, let's cross the bridge when we get it. We'll cross the bridge when we get it.
Nairobi, because that's where members are.
You know, really, okay, one meeting, really, you know, next time, I'm not limiting it to Nyamira, but I'm saying that we can go out there and bond in the name of an AGM, and there's no problem with that. But let's cross the bridge when we get there. Finally, now, I've said finally several times, there are people who didn't support this welfare in terms of contributing and even in terms of coming. And these people are saying they are welfare members and they didn't comply. What we do? They what we said, that column in our sheet, we are going to capture the column for AGM, yes, and it has to be filled. If it has not been filled, then you have. Yes, I think that is okay. So sasa tumefika wakati wa mwisho, and I want to thank you. Sasa mnarudishiwa, make sure you leave this place once you have your ID. Make sure you go with your ID, and we have the photocopies here with us. So now I want one of us to lead us in a prayer, and in that prayer, pray for food. LB, what's LB? What's another LB? There's one here. Let's listen to this gentleman here.
Habari ya jioni kila mmoja. Nataka kuchukua nafasi hii ya AOB pia kujitambulisha kwa sababu nilikuja nikiwa nimechelewa, samahani. Naitwa Alois Mose. I'm also a member of the welfare. I didn't join very long time ago. So my contribution to what we have been talking about is that I congratulate the leadership and everyone for making us reach where we are. And also nikimalizia ni make requests that a way be provided how those who may not make it here, or those of us who didn't give our IDs early for photocopying, to do the same. Thank you.
Okay, let me answer you that. You will send your photocopy to our secretary. Soft to our secretary. Now let's get a communication from Kira. It was sent by one of our friends to us.
Okay, good evening. And tunaendelea kusalimiana, so I have a message of goodwill from our friends. One who has just texted me is one of us who got granted an opportunity to be Mheshimiwa Gisesa. He sent us his contribution as a member, 1,000 and 5,000 iko kwa group. So situseme asante. He has told me wished to be here, but he did not. So we are growing, tunaendelea kukua. Amesema next time or another time is with us and they will come. Another friend of ours who has just sent a message here is Mheshimiwa for West Mugrango, who is my boss, Mheshimiwa Stephen Mogaka. Has also said that is a friend to the media. He told me to thank you so much for those people who worked with him. Most of us tumetembea pamoja naye. Tumemsaidia katika kampeni zake za last year, and for him to reach to that position, he really wanted to be here, but he was called last evening. He was here in Nyamira. Actually, alikuwa Nyamira mpaka last evening, na we had communicated with even the chair that he was to be here, but unfortunately, he was called back to Nairobi. But for that, he has sent me 10,000 for us so that we continue with him. Asante sana.
Sawa.
And same will be delivered to our treasurer. Tulisema hiyo pesa chairman watasema vile ilikuwa ime.
Okay. Issue here now is the accountability of the money and how do you call my senior Mekenye. Nimekuona hapa haukutusalimia vizuri, but we recognize your presence because he had a problem, but he sacrificed to be here, and we appreciate. So the money will be wired to treasurer. Are we in agreement? And it's part of what we'll invest in the future. Guys,
15,000. That's 45,000 plus 10 plus 5. Isn't it?
Guys, let's be independent. I insist, let's be independent. Hata hii mnaenda kufanya next year ya World Press Freedom Day or any other. Just be independent. If somebody supports you, hiyo ni by the way, but you would have done your thing. Sawa sawa. I think we are done. My Madam Ocharo, you are going to pray for us so that we finish this meeting. Ocharo ako huko nyuma. Also pray for food.
Tuombe. Mungu Baba, asante kwa kuwa pamoja nasi, asante kwa kutuelekeza kila mahali ambapo tumetoka, kwa sababu tumetoka sehemu tofauti tofauti katika eneo hili la Gusii. Asante kwa kutupatia muda wa kuketi hapa na kuzungumza kuhusu welfare yetu. Yale yote ambayo tumezungumza, tunaomba yawe yenye manufaa kwetu. Baba, tunaomba kwamba chakula ambacho kiko mbele yetu ukibariki, na tutakapokuwa tukiondoka uwe dereva wetu na kutuelekeza hadi nyumbani kwetu. Tunaomba tukishukuru kwa jina la Yesu Kristo aliye mwombezi wetu.
Asante. Tukimaliza kukula sasa ni kwenda nyumbani.